Greetings and welcome back to more F1 25 single player career mode, and today we are slowly gearing up to round 11 of the World Championship. And welcome to everyone who is tuning in on the live chat as well. Hope you are having a good day. But yeah, we're getting ready for round 11 of the championship, and that means we're heading to the Austrian mountains for the Red Bull Ring, and an exciting one, I think. This one could be interesting for sure, but that remains to be seen what kind of race we are looking into. We are going to have mixed conditions once again for this race weekend. Just going to find it. There we go. As you can see, qualifying looks to be pretty much sunshine all the way through, but for the race it looks like we're going to have a little bit of rain towards the end of the Grand Prix, and we have displayed some really good racecraft over the last couple of races. Let's have a quick look at that. Bear in mind, those were also mixed conditions, so this should be interesting. But you can see Monaco, it wasn't really mixed conditions, but we pretty much dominated the whole weekend. Spain and Canada, on the other hand, they were mixed conditions, and you can see we were on course in Spain for our second podium of the season, but a small mistake towards the tail end of the Grand Prix meant we finished 7th instead of a potential 3rd place. But that 3rd place would then come in Canada, where mixed conditions meant that pretty much no one really got to grips with the circuit at any point. We didn't run many laps in the same conditions before we had to swap over to a different tyre set. And that obviously meant that we surprised quite heavily on that specific day. But we are getting ready here, as you can see, for the Austrian Grand Prix. Just quickly working some quirks out with my live chat here in a moment, and then we will get ready. And it has nothing to do with the live chat at all. It is simply down to the fact that I have a very old tablet that I view my live chat on, and it's not really cooperating, unfortunately. But so is the small quirks in life. There we go. Should be good now. But yeah, we are ready to get ready. We're ready to get ready? Nah, that's not what you're saying, but we are ready to get going. That's what I wanted to say for round 11 here in Spielberg. And a really short track.
Hello
Not
everyone,
that many corners.
Welcome to Austria. It is a short track, it is high speed, it is exactly what we enjoy for qualifying.
Oh yeah. And yeah, this circuit, a bit of a tricky one actually, since there's not that many corners, very little or very few places to gain time around the circuit, but there are some heavy braking zones here at Spielberg. Loading the setup quickly here. There we go. And we must remember to edit the fuel, otherwise it's not going to be a good time. And yeah, we are indeed ready to get ready. So at the moment I'm going to try and run as few laps as possible, and here you see the reason why. Because the combustion engine and the MGU, what is that, H? I think it is. Both really worn on this engine, and we will swap those parts out next race, because then we are halfway through the season. So we're going to sit in the pits for a couple of minutes here. Just going to fast forward time quickly. With 10 minutes ago, we should be good to go out on track. What kind of benchmark have the other drivers put down? Okay, Fernando Alonso really putting down the hammer, it seems. A 105.3, ahead of Max Verstappen at the moment. So has the Aston Martin driver found something that some of the other drivers haven't?
All
Interesting.
clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
But here we go, ready to head out on circuit for the first time this qualifying session. And let's see what we can perform in terms of lap times. And Spielberg, I mean, a track that I like, but it can also be very tricky. Again, because there's so few places to gain time. There's so few corners here. And I know we have 10 corners, but one of them basically doesn't count as a corner. Turn 2. And this is turn 3.
We've dropped to P20.
At the moment, our teammate all the way down in 17th. So Ollie's still not finding that pace that he has been looking for all season. Interesting. And the car should be good enough for points at this point. Oh, whoops. A little bit eager on the curbs there. We shouldn't do that aggressively on the outlap. But yeah, Ollie really finding it difficult to apparently extract the pace, which is unfortunate. But we go into hot lap and then we are ready to punch away here on our first qualifying lap of this race weekend. Heading into turn 1, braking very late, turning over the curbs very aggressively, and I accidentally missed the ERS button there. Heading out of turn 1. Through turn 3, getting the power down nicely. And now into turn 4, you can brake really late here. Not quite hitting the apex, unfortunately, but we will manage. And then these two very tricky corners right here in the middle sector. This one you basically don't brake for, you just lift off slightly. And now the run into turn 9 and 10. The fastest corners on the circuit, a small tap on the brakes, almost losing the car there. And then through turn 10, up towards the line. And we are just behind Fernando Alonso. So a decent lap here on our first try, and we should be well through to Q2.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
No problems there at all. And even with the lack of engine power from the combustion engine and from the MGU-H, we are still performing quite well. The reason why I'm waiting with changing those components
we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
is due to the fact that Silverstone is the next circuit on the calendar, and for Red Bull Ring you don't really need these kinds of components to be at their absolute best. And as I always say, we're still running 107% AI, so we haven't changed anything, as we've run a little too fast into the pits there. And yeah, taking the corners a little too aggressively here on the outlap. We need to be careful of that. And it is quite hot in my room as well, so I have a bit of water here to keep myself hydrated throughout both qualifying and when we're making our pit stops in the race. Nice. But yeah, as I said, we should be well good to progress further in qualifying. Hamilton puts it down a provisional pole. We have the fastest middle sector, so that's quite good. But yeah, here we go. We are through to Q2 in P3. And yeah, it is 35 degrees where you are. Oh my days, man. That sounds unbearable. Yeah, it's not too far off here where I am as well. But look at this. Knocked out here in Q1 is Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli. That's probably even a bigger disappointment than Oliver Behrman getting knocked out as well. And together with them, you have Gabriel Bortoleto starting in P20, Isaac Hadjar in the V-Cup, and Alex Albon in the Williams. So, but you can also see Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda here, all the way down in P14. The McLaren of Lando Norris down in 11th, and Charles Leclerc's Ferrari not able to go any higher than P13 here in Q1. So there could be a bit of a mix-up here in this qualifying session. We are getting towards the part of the season where people might start to see the engine components wear out, and that's starting to play into some drivers' hands compared to others. We don't know if Fernando Alonso is carrying a potential penalty heading into the race. You could speculate that he might. But again, we're going to wait out here in Q2. We're just going to sit tight and wait until there's roughly 10 minutes left, and then we're going to head out on track.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
For hopefully what will only be one attempt necessary to make it through to Q3. Here we go. So both Alpines into the drop zone at the moment, together with the Aston Martin of Stroll and the V-Cup of Liam Lawson. And whoever is in
right,
P10...
that's us pushed down into P15.
I do not know, unfortunately. Hopefully we do not have an engine failure this race. This would be a catastrophe. Because we are on a good run of form, and we are changing components come next race. So hopefully we can go the whole race distance without any trouble. Just warming up the car, getting ready for our hopefully only attempt here in Q2. Just recharging the car here. We go into hot lap mode, and then we are ready to get going. So coming through the final corner, oh, a bit of a slide there. It should be all good. And here we go. Let's see what we can do here in Q2. Decent slide there. And this time we don't mix up the two buttons for ERS and DRS. Into turn 3, hitting that apex. We could have gone a little bit aggressive, more aggressive on the curbs there, but it's all good. And then turn 4, we need to be a little bit better here. So we missed the apex in Q1. That was a little bit better, but could be better as well. And now into the middle sector. This is where we have to gain all of our time on the other drivers, because we seem to be doing better here than other places on the track. And now the final 2 corners before we have completed our flying lap here in Q2. Oh, don't hit that inside wall. Bit of a hesitation moment there, but it's all good. And we are 5th at the moment, behind the McLaren pairing of Piastri and Norris. We're just ahead of the Ferrari of Hamilton.
Understood, stopping this lap.
This should be good enough. This should be good enough. Tsunoda, not really someone I have huge faith in terms of qualifying abilities. I think this should be good enough. The AI have definitely turned up the heat going into this qualifying session. So yeah, it is as you say. It should be a pretty decent lap time. Should be good enough. But we are going to be down on power in the race especially.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
So I could see a scenario where we potentially could be struggling come race day due to the lack of power that we have. But that is not to worry right now. 5th is pretty good. So I am suspecting that we could maybe qualify realistically. I think maybe around P7 once everyone turns up the heat. I think that is a realistic target. Because the AI have a tendency to not go flat out in Q1 and Q2. Especially the top 10. They don't really unlock their potential until we get to like Q3, to the later part of Q3. Max Verstappen with a 104.5. We are 6, almost 7 tenths behind. And we are not that far off Hamilton either. But you can see the gap down to, especially the gap between Tsunoda and Hulkenberg is quite substantial. So I don't think it's going to be any trouble. Hulkenberg 1.1 seconds off Hamilton. So we have about 5 tenths down to P8 and P10. So I don't think it's going to be any trouble. Fernando Alonso all the way down in 11th right now. And he was the fastest in Q1. So just goes to show that it doesn't really count for anything. It's a bit difficult to say. But we make it through to Q3 here in Austria. Knocked out here in Q2 is Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Franco Colapinto and Lance Stroll, together with Liam Lawson. So Fernando Alonso couldn't really turn that pace he had in Q1 into anything here in Q2. And together with his teammate and the 2 Alpines and Lawson, he is out. And once again, Nico Hulkenberg really dragging that Kick Sauber to places that it doesn't really belong, in my opinion. And Max Verstappen looking very ominous here in Austria in front of the Red Bull fans. And we know how good he can be. He is a class of his own. And looking at the skies here, do we have some rain potentially? What? It looks a bit gloomy. We might have to head out on track
guys,
early.
Everyone be aware, the car's ready to go.
Unless we want to potentially catch some rain. I think it could maybe rain towards the end of Q3. So we need to be quick and get out on track. It's a little bit overcast. We do know the weather here in the Austrian mountains can be a little bit unpredictable, much like we see in the mountain ranges of Belgium when we visit Spa-Francorchamps once a year. And that is pretty much what makes these Grand Prix in Europe so interesting, I want to say. Because again, we're going to Silverstone for round 12 following this Grand Prix. And the weather there as well is also very unpredictable. Whoa, a little bit too aggressive on the curbs there once again. But yeah, you can see the grey clouds hanging over the mountains in the background. So being out on track early could be the play here. But here we go. Let's see what we can get out of this. Starting our lap here in Q3. We will have a chance to go again if it doesn't really come to anything. We're going to attempt to do a solid lap time here. Heading up the hill here towards turn 3. spot our braking zones. Good traction there, no wheel spin. And now down towards turn 4. Heading down the hill. Again, spot the braking zone. See, we missed the apex there. We get a little bit of a slide going. Not optimal. And now into the middle sector. Being really careful not to overdrive the car. Carlos Sainz on provisional pole. I don't think that is going to stand come the end of the session. I think it's merely due to him being out on track early, and we do spin it. And that means we are going into the pits. A mistake from myself there. That is what happens when you put the pressure on. Whew. Luckily we didn't hit the wall. But that was very close. We're going to have to go again, I'm afraid. And we only have one set of tires. That's a bit annoying. Because now we also wear out the engine components. I don't think it was an optimal lap. We did have a bit of a slide going on through turn 4. Overdrove the car a little bit heading into that specific corner. And yeah, it just seemed like it lit up the tires a little bit too much, unfortunately. But let's see if we can make it out on track before Yuki Tsunoda comes through. The good thing is we didn't break anything on the car, so that we have to repair in the pits, because that always takes like crazy amounts of time. So thankfully we just need to swap tires, we need to refuel the car, and then we are good to go for another attempt. And since the rain hasn't started falling yet, we should be okay. Track might be cooling down a little bit, but I think we might be catching it right when it tops in terms of pace. But look at Ferrari, all the way down in 7th and 8th. They are not having a good time here at the Red Bull Ring. Both Red Bulls really showing what they're made of here at their home turf. So let's see if we can avoid a similar mistake once again. We do have another tyre set, but I really don't want to have to pit again. So let's see if we can not just make it happen on this tyre set. Let's try again, see what we can do. So over the line here, heading into turn 1. That was decent, a little bit of wheel spin on the curbs there, not really getting any traction. That's a bit unfortunate. But heading up the hill, and let's get the apex here. Much better traction. And now heading towards turn 4. Not braking too late, not carrying too much speed into the corner. That was significantly better that time around. And now the middle sector, not overdriving the car. That's okay. Could have been a little bit faster. That was really good. And now just the last 2 corners. Arguably one of the trickiest corners on this circuit, this one, but we take it in stride. Now the last corner, planting the power, heading up towards the line, and it is good enough for 4th. Wow, okay, just behind Yuki Tsunoda, and Carlos Sainz sitting in P5 ahead of George Russell. A couple of the big teams really not performing,
this lap.
It seems. But a good lap from us, and I don't think I can improve on that one. So that was a really solid lap. What was that? It was a 1:4.67. Let's go.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And that was a lovely lap. Some corners really on the limit, but it felt good, honestly. Felt really good. I'm happy with it. And now we head back to the pits with just shy of 4.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session.
We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes.
And Mark alerting us about the rain. But I don't think it's going to hit the track in time for the end of qualifying. But once again, we're out-qualifying George Russell. And the Briton is really, like, he must be tired of seeing the back of our Haas. Because he's not been enjoying himself the last couple of races. He spent so much time behind us in Spain until we unfortunately half-spun. And in Canada, I'm pretty sure he also finished behind us. So he's really not having a good time. But yeah, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris and Yuki Tsunoda are the only ones to beat us. And we are only 0.02 of a second behind Yuki Tsunoda. So we are really close. And how close are we to Carlos Sainz? We are about half a tenth quicker than the Spaniard. So it is relatively close, actually. And all the way down from 1st to 8th have dipped into the 104s. But as you can see, Charles Leclerc almost a second off Max Verstappen. And Lewis Hamilton over a second. Nico Hülkenberg not really playing a part in this qualifying session. He is over 1.5 seconds behind pole position. Oh yeah, I think that is probably what we are able to do. Yuki Tsunoda out on track once again. It's going to be a couple of drivers that are going to try their luck. Let's see if they are lucky.
Goodbye for now then, but we are really just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So it is Max Verstappen on pole position here in Austria in front of the Red Bull home fans. Closely followed by Lando Norris. He's 1.5 tenths down on the Dutchman. And then Verstappen's teammate Yuki Tsunoda finally having a good qualifying session for once. He's going to start 3rd. And alongside him, we are going to be present. And then it is Carlos Sainz ahead of Russell, Piastri, the 2 Ferraris, spearheaded by Leclerc. And in P10, it's Nico Hülkenberg. So once again, we do wonders in qualifying. And with changeable conditions looming over the race, who knows? I mean, we could be on for our 3rd podium this season. In our debut season driving for Haas. And we get a boost on our overall ratings. And we are up to a 71. So we are doing really, really good at the moment. I'm just curious what kind of race we are looking head on into. Yeah, the predictions say that it's going to start probably a little bit overcast, and then towards the end of the race, how many laps is this race? 36 laps. Probably around lap 30 we're going to see the first drops of rain. Maybe a little bit later. Nah, lap 30 is probably right. So how do we get to that point? We're probably going to have to do we're going to probably start on mediums and then go to the hards. And then from there we're going to see what the weather does. Because regardless of whether it rains or it stays dry, I think we're forced onto a 2-stop due to some really poor tyre wear, unfortunately. So regardless, we're going to have to probably use 2 sets of hards. The question is, do we start on the hards? Maybe. Gamble on 2 sets of hards could take us to the rain. And then we switch to potentially what will be an intermediate tyre. Let's see what the team has prepared for us as we wait for the race. Here we go.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that in one form or the other has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. 7 rights and just 3 left-handers make up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is flat out, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake.
Turns 2 basically doesn't count for a turn.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race.
Let's see if there's any penalties,
Max
though.
Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Tsunoda, Iceman, Carlos Sainz, and Russell, Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, and Nico Hülkenberg.
Not inside
Alonso,
the top 10.
Gasly, Franco Colapinto, and Stroll, Lawson, Antonelli, Alex Albon, and Isaac Hadjar. Behrman and Gabriel Bortoletto completes the grid.
No
It's
penalties.
almost time for the lights to go out. So let's head down to the track where preparations are underway.
So people just carrying that worn engine
Welcome to the
components.
commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes.
I assume.
Alongside me is Anthony Davidson. Well, they say you're only as good as your last race. And on evidence there, that was very good indeed. How do they carry that form through to today?
You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
So commentators thinking that we might be on for a podium, maybe.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Oh, this is interesting. So the team is thinking that we should start on the hard tires. Ooh, I'm not too sure about that one, though. And I don't like how they have structured that. That is a very weird strategy indeed. Starting on the hard tires, switching over to the softs, and then finishing on the mediums. Granted, if it stays dry, obviously. Honestly, I do get why they want me to start on the hards. I do get that. Oh, let's not underfuel too much. Let's put right on. I get starting on the hards, absolutely, but I don't get the soft tires, honestly. Whoops. Let's edit this one quickly. Can we remove this one? How does one remove a stint? Revert strategy. Can we revert the strategy? Come on. No. Let's do this one. And instead of this... Oh, whoops. Why can I not change it? That's so weird. Let's put the softs on here. Let's put some mediums on here. Do we not have a set of mediums? Huh. Interesting. Maybe we just don't have a set of hards. Oh well. I'm not really sure about this one. I'm more on this one. Regardless, let's just start on the hards. We can always tweak the strategy as we go on in the race. But yeah, we're starting P4 in this one. A little bit higher than I expected. Carlos Sainz starting on the mediums, so he might be quick out of the gates come the start of the race. But everyone else obviously can't see Max Verstappen's tyre choices. Oh, as we dip a wheel into the grass there. As I was checking chat. Yeah, it was a strange strategy. But yeah, everyone around us except Carlos Sainz. So P2, P3 and P6 starting on the hard tyres together with us. So we're just going to use this, and if Sainz gets past us, it is what it is. We have showcased over the course of the season that we are typically faster than the Williams. And then later on in the race we'll probably try and do something. Who knows? It's always difficult to say. We might also be down... Well, we are going to be down on power in relation to the drivers around us. So, we do need to be careful.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
So Mark telling us that we shouldn't worry about the weather just yet. That is always lovely to hear. You love to hear it. As we are getting ready to form up on the grid at the start of this race. And we're starting on the inside this time, so we have to be careful. Especially on the brakes, not out-braking ourselves. That would be ridiculous to do. There we go.
Okay, incredible parking there. Nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts.
We're going to do our very best,
so that's
Mark.
the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Well, here we go. The 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix about to go out. Clouds have appeared. And a relatively short hold. Verstappen not getting the jump he would have wanted. Heading into turn 1. We are almost going to draw alongside the Dutchman.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
Mark telling us about the engine wear. That is fine. As we have Russell down our inside. Trying to heat up these hard compound tyres. Really difficult as well. But we survived the start. It looks like Max Verstappen is...
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Oh. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep temps under control, please.
Oh dear. So Mark really telling us to be careful with the engine heat in this one. That's not nice to hear. But yeah, Max Verstappen seems to be suffering as well. Because he's holding up at the moment his teammate. Lando Norris got a really solid start on the race, and he has pulled away.
Start. Good job. Okay, DRS is now available.
We have DRS now going on to this lap. Let's see if we can put some pressure on the 2 Red Bulls. Verstappen seems to be monitoring a problem, and I don't know what's happened. Carlos Sainz might have overtaken George Russell heading into turn 1, and that has slowed the pack down. Because they lost a whole bunch of time, and Verstappen lets Tsunoda past. Oh, no he doesn't. The Dutchman saying, think again, bucko, as he retakes P2 from his teammate. And behind us, Sainz and Russell going at it like it's the last lap. But obviously it isn't, so we like to see it. And they have dropped 2.4 seconds on the previous lap. My goodness. Not very smart from either of them. But we say thank you. As Lando Norris leads this one. Tsunoda with the fastest lap. He's really putting pressure on Verstappen. Verstappen is definitely suffering from some kind of issue. I have no idea what he is monitoring, but Red Bull needs to sort their stuff out if they want to retain any hopes as we go for a dive on this Japanese driver. Using that inter-team battle between the 2 Red Bulls to try and propel ourselves further up. Now the next target, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the next man on track in front of us is Max Verstappen. And if he is really monitoring a problem, he could be up for takings. As we almost spin it, we've had some trouble with that curb. And the pack behind has just disappeared. As Yuki Tsunoda, I mean, realistically, we are not faster than the Red Bull. But he's putting the pressure on.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.0 seconds.
And we have dropped the DRS to Max Verstappen. So maybe he's found a fix for the problem he was having. Oh, Tsunoda down the inside, he was having a half look. But in all of this, we're still pulling away from the pack behind. Gap to Russell is 4.1 seconds at the moment. Oh, but the car is a little bit on the nose, so to say. And it seems like we are just holding up Tsunoda at the moment. Interesting. Max Verstappen definitely seemed to have found a fix for his problem, as Lando Norris takes fastest lap, but Max Verstappen takes it away from him instantly. So Verstappen has found a fix for his problem, and he started to reel in the Britain.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
No issues with tyre wear, according to Mark. That is nice to hear. Here comes Tsunoda. When he does the thing that you're not supposed to do. He pulls ahead of us again in the braking zone. We get the DRS as we get him back. They're still battling behind us, Russell and Sainz. Sainz's mediums keeping him in contention together with Russell at the moment. What's the engine wear looking like? Let's not look at that. If we pretend it's not a problem, it isn't a problem. We just need to drive the car on its maximum. But we're having some trouble with the battery charge at the moment, as we are battling away with Yuki Tsunoda. What's the tyre wear looking like? It's really not looking good. At least it's spread equally across the car, so we don't just have one tyre that is absolutely like eating itself alive. And here comes Tsunoda again.
Okay, mate. Okay, unlucky, mate. That wasn't quite what we needed, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down and chin up. There's a long way to go.
Cheers, Mark.
Okay, Tsunoda's behind you. We want to keep them behind, please. It's critical for our race.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to keep him behind. We're pressurizing him here. Going around the outside, there's a long way around here. It usually works in turn 4 at Austria. Here we go. This is some good racing between us. Oh, yeah, that was about to happen. That was bound to happen. We've done that all the way through qualifying, and Tsunoda knew it, so he forced us onto the curbs. Smart driving from the Red Bull driver. And on worn tyres, that was never going to work. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's see if we can close back up to him. It's 1.2 seconds at the moment. Let's see if we can close the gap. He doesn't have the DRS, so it's a little bit tricky to pull away. We're within the second now, so next time, heading from turn 3 down to turn 4, we should get the DRS, if we are lucky. And it seems like the everlasting problem with the DRS detection around this track is still present. Oh well. It is what it is. Realistically, we were never going to try and compete with Tsunoda. He seemed like he had way too much pace at all times. Jeez, Benice. We are on the edge.
Tyre wear's higher than we're expecting. We've got a new strategy available on your MFD if you want it.
Yeah, we're going to check it down the start-finish straight. See what it's all about. As we take a bit of grass there. Heading through the final corner. No. let's not take the soft tyres into use. Do we not have a second set of hard tyres that we can just use? Or are they locked for the... Wait, hang on a minute. We don't. Oh no. I thought we had a second set of hard tyres that we could utilize. That has maybe complicated things a little bit. That sucks. Oh well. We're gonna just have to try and deal with it. As I said, we're probably gonna get the rain around lap 30. If it even comes down. Let's actually check on that.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
That's not what I want to hear.
Like the best tyre for now.
That's not what I want to hear, Mark. I want to hear rain expected in about 15 minutes or something. That's really not what I want to hear.
There are 28 laps of fuel remaining. 28 laps.
Oh yeah, we also have to be careful of the fuel. We're going to have to start lifting and coasting a little bit.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.9 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind, 14.4 seconds.
We're going to have to do a little bit of lifting and coasting. It's alright though. It's only 0.06 at the moment. We have shown that we can get a fuel target within target again. Words, yes. That is exactly what I meant. Good lifting and coasting location is down into this corner right here. And we're pretty much back on target. And when we pit, we're also gonna get a little bit of fuel automatically back, because entering the pits gives you a little bit of lifting and coasting automatically. But let's try and keep Sainz at a distance. Or the last two turns could be good for lifting and coasting. Yeah, we're going to do that. That should be good. We are 0.02 over the limit at the moment. Or over the target. So it should all be good. 2.3 seconds down to Sainz. He's on the mediums. They should start to show a little bit of tyre wear soon, hopefully. Let's see what kind of tyre wear we're looking at. About 40%. That's alright. It should be alright at the moment. Lifting and coasting a little bit through here. Whoa! And there goes the tyres. Oh, crap. We're going to have to be careful once we rejoin, so we don't take anyone out. That was not in the plans. Here comes Gasly. Ah, that's annoying.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Yeah. Taking just a little too much curb there, unfortunately. A little bit too aggressive, but it is what it is. Here comes Gasly. He has the superior straight line speed. Can't really do anything about it.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Let's see if we can get him back here. Going to the inside for turn 4. Should be possible. Let's try to keep ahead of Gasly. I do have to apologize that I'm not really able... I'm only able to have half an eye on the live chat at the moment. It's always very difficult to drive and read the chat at the same time. Especially when you have one tyres. But I will look at it as we go into the pits soon. And one of the Aston Martins, that is Alonso, is boxing. As we are closing up to this little fight here between the two Ferraris and the McLaren of Piastri. Heading into turn 3. We are right with them. Let's see if we can get these guys back. Maybe advance a couple of positions. Who knows? But yeah, tire wear is significantly higher than expected. It does suck quite a bit. But it is unfortunately how it is in this car. Any one of these guys boxing? Doesn't seem like it just yet. Anyway. Gasly stays out again as well. Now we're within the DRS range of
Okay,
Leclerc.
the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
We are boxing at the end of this lap.
Ollie's in the pits. Ollie in the pits now.
Let's see what happens here. Hamilton has a drive on Piastri. Leclerc, meanwhile, sits back. We're going to try and swing around. Get the drive here on Leclerc. Ah, didn't quite get the traction I wanted. But it's okay. Swing it to the inside of Charles Leclerc just before the pit stops. And we are up into 7th place now. That was a good little move there. Putting the pressure on the Monegasque driver.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
And we are boxing. Come the end of this lap. Ooh, we can't quite put the power down as aggressively.
Pit now.
And we are boxing. Ooh, what is Leclerc doing? That was insanity from the Monegasque. Let's not speed into the pits. Ooh, might we have sped? No, we saved it. Let's go. Whew. Into the pits. Are you building up Gran Turismo? Nice.
Right, let's go. Come on.
There
that
we go.
was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Good pit stop
Right, we
from
have
the
2
boys.
stops left in this strategy. 2 more stops planned.
Now we just need to extend this medium tyre set.
Here's some information on Russell
Oh.
for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
So George Russell out of this race. Poor George.
Yellow flag.
And he has retired here at the straight between turns 3 and 4. So even when we are having a poor race, he's still going to finish behind us, technically.
Green flag.
And Fernando Alonso hot on our tails at the moment. And the wear on the engine components really playing its tricks here today, unfortunately. Really hampering us in terms of what we are actually capable of doing in today's race. We have the pace, but we just don't have the necessary straight line speed.
Okay, gap ahead, 12.4 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.2 seconds.
And Gasly has been undercut by Fernando Alonso, but also by Alex Albon. So, poor strategy from Alpine. We were even close ourselves to getting overtaken by Fernando during the pits. But right now, we are just...
Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment.
Circulating.
Let's try and close up the difference between them.
At the moment, we're just trying to get some consistency, consistent lap times, and then we'll see what happens later on in the race. Tyre wear is going to play its part. Unfortunately, once again.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Shut up, Mark. I was trying to ask about the weather. Coming around the final corner, we are going to smash that one. Going to keep an average. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Alrighty, 10 to 15 minutes. So that would be around lap 36. Dang it. Oh, sorry, 26. I can't math. Whoops. Yeah, 26. Alright. So, just around when I predicted that it was gonna start falling. That's nice to see. Nice to hear. So we just need to make these tires last. Because I've made a mistake on the strategy, it would seem, and not brought a set of hard tires extra into the race, which ideally I would have liked. Now we need to take these mediums quite far. Who's this that we're catching up to? That is Kimi Antonelli at the moment. Tire wear at the moment. Oh, it's not looking good. We might have a problem getting to the necessary laps. But we're catching up to Antonelli here. At the moment we are in P9, so it's fine. We are within the points. So we are doing pretty decent, I would say, despite our little mistake. But I don't think the changeable weather is going to benefit us here today, unfortunately. Antonelli takes another lap. So if we can get the DRS, we could maybe get a little bit of a boost here. Oh, very close to the wall there. Here we go. Getting that sweet, sweet DRS. That's always nice. Let's see if we can get past him here. We might not have the capacity to do it, but let's give it a try anyway. Antonelli defends to the inside. Good on him.
Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy.
And we get past him with no problems at all. He's on pretty worn hard tires, I would imagine. He doesn't really have what is required to get past us again. And one more driver dispatched off. Hamilton's still circulating as well on those worn hard tires. Don't know how far in front he is.
And gap to the car in front, 4.8 seconds.
7.2 seconds to Hamilton at the moment. So he is well and truly behind us when he boxes. But he has given himself a good opportunity. We're going to smash this target if we don't spin on the last lap, which I'm not planning on. And hopefully Antonelli can hold up Alonso. That would be lovely. Doubt it though. Braking a little bit late into turn 3. Ooh, that was a bit clumsy. Burn a little bit here. Meanwhile, the fuel target is looking okay at the moment, so it's fine. Whoosh. Very close there to spinning. The tire's already starting to show some tire wear. We're still in P8. Leclerc now the lead from the Ferrari.
Oh, mate, great stuff.
In front of
Hit that
Sainz.
target. That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race.
Thank you very much, Mark. Can you answer me one thing?
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So we're not going to get to the wet period on these tyres, I think. Do we have a used set of hards, a used set of softs. We are in a pickle. here right now. This is really annoying. That sucks, man. We're gonna have to protect these tires quite far. So 10 minutes is what he's expecting. That's gonna be around lap 30. If we're generous. Now a whole bunch of drivers are pitting. So we're up into P6. But saying that this is our true position is probably not the right thing. This is
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 5.0 seconds.
This is a little bit tricky, but we're gonna give it our best shot. That is for sure. Let's start trying to save a little bit of fuel and ERS. Maybe we can string something together. Ooh. Oh. We need to lower the tire wear a little bit. What kind of tire wear are we looking at? We're not looking at tire wear, we're looking at engine wear, which we do not want to look at. It's not there. Yeah, it's around 40%.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up.
Yes, this is what we need. A safety car. This could potentially have saved our race. And it was someone in front of us who retired. So I'm not quite sure who it was. But there we go, a safety car at a very, very lovely
With a
time.
safety car out, this is a good opportunity to pit. We'll be a bit longer than planned on the next tyres, but we can make it work. Just remember, we'll probably lose track position.
Or do we pit though?
Got that, confirmed.
Do we pit? Could technically... Oh, we're gonna have to wait and see what the other drivers in front of us do. I'm a little bit hesitant to pit. But if Sainz and Tsunoda pit...
Box now, please. Box this lap.
Tsunoda is boxing. Alright.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Then I think we should pit as well. I think we can afford that. That could be a good strategy call. Granted, it is on a set of softs. So that is probably not the smartest thing. But here we go. Let's give it a try, I guess. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We're not the only one.
Ollie's coming in for his stop.
We're by no means the only one who's boxing. Look at that. Loads of activity in the pit lane.
One stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
Can the soft carry us all the way to the wet period? We get out just ahead of Antonelli. Some good stuff. We're going to save a whole lot of fuel. I've flicked it into lean mix. Probably not necessary anymore. Oh, whoops. Accidentally tapped the pit limiter. But we're out in 7th. We're on soft, so... Ooh, this is going to be tricky, I think. We're just going to take it nice and easy. We have no reason to catch up to the safety car as quickly as possible. We just need to be careful on these tires. A safety car might actually have just saved our race. Flick it into medium so that we don't overcharge the battery. I wonder where the safety car is though. But yeah, we are out in 7th. I don't know who retired, but it was a front runner. We're going to check that after the race, but that is an absolutely godsend of
radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes.
5 minutes until we get the first drops of rain. You could also see on the left side there, the clouds getting very dark over the mountains. So we could be looking at rain in about maybe 3 laps under the safety car. Speaking of safety car, where on earth is that safety car? Because we're still trying to catch it. We are going at racing speeds at the moment, and we're still not catching it. Oh, here we go. Here's the tail end of the train, I think. Yeah, there we go. There is the McLaren of Piastri. Good stuff. And we are going to be good on fuel now. Tires are well warm, so we're not going to overwarm them anymore. What are tire wear? Oh yeah, it's a used set of tires as well, I forgot. I think we're going to flick on a set of intermediates next time we come into the pits, if the strategy stays true. Yeah, I forgot these were used tires. That really sucks. What kind of weather are we looking at?
It looks like rain is inbound and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay. Are we... Okay, safety car in this lap.
Let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Alrighty. So we are on the softest compound, although be it a used set of softs. But it is what it is. We're going to go racing here again. Wonder when the leader is going to go. About now. So here we go. We are ready to go racing again, and let's try and get past Piastri as quickly as possible. Heading into turn 1. Up the inside. Scaring the Aussie. Plant the power. Oh, we're so slow in a straight line. The engine issues are really plaguing us now. But we can brake later. And we are past Piastri. Good stuff. Alright.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Right, tyre wear is lower than we expected it to be. I want you to stay out a little bit longer if you can.
Bro,
Repeat,
we have been under
out.
safety car speeds. Of course. It's lower than you expected, you dingus. Oh, our tyres are still cold.
Okay, copy that.
Thank you. Marg is sometimes just the biggest dingus that exists on planet Earth. But then again, I mean...
Okay, the stewards have now enabled
it is what
DRS.
it is.
DRS is now online.
Let's see if we can stick with signs. We are really struggling down the straights. Here comes Piastri. Trying to attack us around the outside. That means we're going to get the DRS.
Okay, mate. Science ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Push.
That's not happening. I don't have the capacity, I don't have the pace, I don't have the necessary anything to get past Sainz. We're battling away with Piastri over 7th place, over 6th place. We don't have what it is required at the moment. Here comes Piastri to the inside. We're going to swing it around. Ooh! This is close racing. We're sliding quite a lot. It's not good.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
There goes Piastri into turn 1. He's going to lose a lot of time.
Ollie's in the pits. Ollie in the pits now.
Oh, Ollie in the pits. Does he have some kind of trouble? Or is it just a strategy that requires him to pit at a very weird time? Alright. When are we looking at weather?
Okay, rain is imminent. Rain is imminent. Be careful out there. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Okay, rain is imminent. That means it could be 2 laps away. No more, I think. Oh, don't touch that curb. That is dangerous. If the rain doesn't start to fall, we're going to be in trouble. I can already tell you. Right now. Because we only have a used tyre sets remaining. And that's not going to fly. Come on. We need some rain to start falling soon. What kind of tyre wear are we looking at? Oh, yeah, let's not look at that. Let's pretend that's not
Okay,
real.
keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.6 seconds.
Yeah, we're not catching signs. I don't know why he's gotten into this, like, mindset that we're going to be battling signs. It's not happening. Oh, the car is starting to slide. Oh my days. Come on, rain. We need it soon. We're not going to be able to keep this up. Otherwise, we are going to have to box.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change.
Thank you, Mark. I need the rain just about now. Like, right now.
We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap. Gap
No.
to your teammate behind, 19.6 seconds.
Oh, we might be in trouble here. Used mediums, used hard, used softs. It's used. Oh, shite. Antonelli, what do you think you're doing? Oh, a bit of a Max Verstappen dive there. That was a bit of aggression that needed to come out. My bad. It's not how we drive. Oh, here comes the rain. Here we go. Alright, so it started to rain. Drops are falling. We just need to hold out until intermediates are viable. At the moment. And then we are good to go. Switch it over to the intermediates. Or do we just go
Okay,
early?
be mindful of the conditions. The track's getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now, though. We'll be much slower if we move on to inters this early.
Yeah, I do agree, but oh, Piastri! Can't just barge your way through like that.
Don't forget, box this lap.
We're not boxing, Mark. Oh, might we actually be, though?
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
You know what? We're going to take a gamble, because I don't think... You can hear. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Do we have a puncture? I think we might have a puncture. Oh, no. No! We were so close. Do we have a puncture? No. What on earth happened there, then? Oh, we're holding up our teammate. There's something wrong with the car. But we are
Weather's
boxing.
turning. We think it's time to box now.
Yeah, I am aware.
Understood. Copy that.
What on earth happened there? It felt like a puncture.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
That was so weird. Oh, we're going to lose so much track position. Is Ollie coming in as well? Yeah, he is. We're going to lose so much.
Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop.
Alright, let's take it easy on the pit entry. That way. It's not going to be a problem.
Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just focus on this pit stop.
Ah, that's annoying. Oh, he's having a long stop as well.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
TYRES
Perfect job on
disabled.
the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
What I am hoping to see on the next lap is a lot of drivers missing the pits. Like, maybe going one lap extra when they didn't need to. Oh, I should have boxed on that lap we spun on just before. That is so annoying.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
Yeah, nah, that definitely didn't go to plan. It was Leclerc who retired early on, causing the safety car. Do we have damage to the car? No. Man. Another really frustrating race. No engine power. No nothing. It was just all bad. I think I might just have hit the first puddle that started to form when we came around. Are there any drivers into the pits? Hadjar into the pits. That's not going to do anything for me. And the Kicksauber of Bortoletto. Yeah, that means we're just not going to finish last. The car's really not driving well right now. Wow. That's unfortunate. It genuinely felt like a puncture when I came here, but it must just be the uneven track surface together with the fact that it was getting wet that spun up the tires. Because there was no puncture, it was just worn tires, but it shouldn't be too bad. The car's also driving really funny.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds.
But yeah, we are not scoring points here today, and we're finishing behind our teammates, something that usually doesn't happen quite often. So Ollie is going to get a one-up on us this race. Which is, I mean, it is deserved, to be honest.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 5.5 seconds.
If we didn't have any trouble with the tires, we genuinely could have been in this one. We could have been a contender for some good points, but alas, wasn't to be. We're trying to close down Lawson here, but the lack of straight line power is just not really helping at all. And the car is driving weirdly. So, I think it's going to be difficult. But we're going to do our best to try and maybe displace him.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Thank you, Mark. We are closing him down though, so we do start to find the pace. If we get Lawson before the end, that would be nice. That would be really nice. We have 2 laps to do it. Let's see if we can't get the Kiwi. And who's that in front of him? I think that might be our teammate. Just up the road. Not too sure. And look at the time gain through turn 3. Let's see if we can maybe snatch him into turn 4. Not quite. Oh, he's really slow here. A little bit too much curb there. But it's fine. A little bit of dirty air. Not really helping. a sad end to a Grand Prix that could have brought a lot more, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Let's see if we can get him into turn 3 maybe, or coming out of turn 3. We are 7/10 behind him. We're going to burn off the battery here. See if we can close him down. We were closer on the previous lap, so I don't think we're going to be able. But Max Verstappen, no wrongs done here today from his side of the garage. And he wins Red Bull's home Grand Prix for like the billionth time. So good on him, good on Red Bull. Really starting to become a contender in maybe the Drivers' Championship is the Dutchman. Who knows? But for us, it is a disappointing race come the end of today's race weekend. We are going to finish all the way down in P16 for today's race. And we were so close to nailing the strategy, but we were just one lap out.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And then I thought we had a puncture, but turns out it was just a skill issue, it seems. But yeah, Kimi Antonelli, driver of the day. He started pretty far down as well, so
this one before. Max Verstappen
good on him
takes the
for actually
victory.
making it back into the points.
And it's always good to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
And Norris and Hamilton joining Verstappen on the podium. So Hamilton with a comeback drive as well of his own. Really, really good from him.
All that hard work, all that graft on track, now being rewarded as they make their way onto the podium. Max Verstappen has been here before. Another win in Formula One.
So a good race there from Red Bull and Max Verstappen. I thought maybe Tsunoda was going to be on the podium today, but yeah, it seems like he was just caught out by the strategy. Maybe. For some reason, the AI just doesn't like to box both drivers on the same lap. So I think Tsunoda might actually have been shafted by that fact. And he would have had to box around the same lap as, or the lap after we did. So he would have lost a lot of time.
That certainly was an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
And yeah, Carlos Sainz all the way up in 4th. So he had a wonderful race. Yuki Tsunoda, as predicted, he got shafted by the strategy and finished 5th. Still a good points haul from his side, so pretty decent. Both Alonso, Colapinto and Antonelli profiting off that weather change, and then Pierre Gasly picking up the last point. Behrman in 14th and us all the way down in 16th. Not having a good race, and Leclerc and Russell both retiring, really showing that we are at a part of the season where engine components are getting worn out. And we, for some reason, have been put up against Yuki Tsunoda as a rival. But we are still beating him, though, even though he had a good race today. We lose a little bit of racecraft and a little bit of focus, but overall we gain a little bit of experience and rating, so it's all good. Despite having a very lackluster weekend. And on the specialists, we all improve, so that is good. Can't really complain apart from the finishing result of the race, so it is what it is. But a bit of a slump.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport. And to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.
Yeah, so we have been put up against Yuki Tsunoda as a rival. And at the moment, it is in terms of championship points, which we, thankfully, we have a bit of in reserve. We have 68 So right in between the two funny numbers at the moment. Yuki Tsunoda on 52. So there we go. And what does that say? It says 12 championship points to win. So whoever can get 12 championship points more should be good. And Mark with a bit of an update regarding the performance index. At the moment, we're sitting in between Aston Martin and Williams. Both teams having a great weekend, with one of their drivers at least. Let's have a look here. And yeah, you could see Williams really took a chunk out of our lead in the Constructors' Championship. They're still pretty far behind at the moment, but I mean, we can't really afford too many slumps in performance before we start to feel the pressure from Williams. Aston Martin, on the other hand, though, they are still so far behind that they're pretty much not really a threat just yet, at least. But again, you can't sleep on them. You have to be aware. And much like it is with our team as well. Has Lance Stroll actually... He has scored a couple of points. Okay. Yeah, Fernando Alonso responsible for 21 out of the 29 points that Aston Martin currently have. So he is pulling the weight, but not as much as we are pulling our weight for Haas at the moment. We're still in front of Tsunoda and Antonelli in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. We do get an update heading into the British Grand Prix, so that is very nice and very much appreciated. And we are still behind Aston Martin. Now we are also behind Williams, apparently. Let's have a quick look here. See if there's any recommended upgrades that it says. Honestly, I think maybe if we could... Is there any updates here that are available? We do have some fuel technology we could research. That would be quite nice. Ooh. If we get 9 resource points more, we can update the plank. Or the monocoque. Or the tire blankets. We have all kinds of options. In terms of where we actually, like... How do we stack up against other teams? We stack up pretty well, I think. I think the chassis is definitely where we need to put most of our development into. Realistically, because I think we are quite far behind on the chassis side. In terms of engine, I mean, we are sitting at the same place as both Ferrari and as Kick Sauber, since they have the same power unit as us. So I think maybe we are gonna... Do we get an update? No, we don't get any more resource points just before the British Grand Prix. But I will make sure to wait with the spending until we can purchase a major upgrade. Heading into probably what will be, let's see. It's probably gonna arrive around maybe the Dutch or the Italian Grand Prix. So that would be nice. But yeah, a bit of a slump in performance. Unfortunately here today, finished 16th. But a couple of drivers in front of us as well in the Drivers' Championship also having a bit of an off weekend. So there's nothing more to do than just say we'll brush it off and then we go again in the next race. Which is, of course, the British Grand Prix at the famed Silverstone circuit. So until then, we're just going to have to keep working away on the developments and on the setups, because I do have to say it wasn't the best from my side either. The driving standards were not that good coming into the weekend, so yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit better, but we're going to iron out those small inconsistencies heading into the halfway point of the season for the British Grand Prix. And that is, of course, for the next episode. And yeah, true. We did try our best. Missed the pit window by a lap, unfortunately. I boxed one lap too late, and that ended up costing us, because I didn't have a puncture. It was just the weather playing tricks on me. If I'd boxed on the previous lap, I'm pretty sure we would have undercut a couple of drivers, and we could have finished in the points. So, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now, and we're just going to have to look forward. And speaking of looking forward, if you guys enjoyed the stream here today, make sure to like and subscribe. I can only suggest that you do that, and also turn on notifications. But do know that it does let me know that you enjoyed watching here today, and thank you also to the people who tuned in on the live chat. Always appreciated, even though it is kind of difficult when we play these kinds of games like F1 and like previous weekend when we did the Indy 500 in SRL. It's always difficult to read the live chat as we go racing, but do know that I do see it out of the corner of my eye, so it is very much appreciated, and thank you very much for the like. I do appreciate it. But yeah, as I said, if you don't want to miss next stream, which I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be, I hope maybe it can be tomorrow. That would be lovely, because we are going to have to pick up the pace again, because we are running a little bit late on that F1 26 my career mode, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We are halfway now with this one and this season, and we're going to try and do it as fast as possible. But yeah, make sure to have notifications on, that way you won't miss whenever I go live. And I think that's pretty much everything there is to say. Once again, thanks for tuning in to whoever decided to do that, and thank you for watching if you watched it all the way through and watched until this point. And until we see each other again, I wish you all a blessed day and have a good one.